Fifth grade, Unit 1, Architectural Design, is all about two-dimensional figures and volume, just like last year. So topic A is on two additional standards in the 5GB category that help us think about two-dimensional shapes, naming them, categorizing them, classifying them. When we get to topic B, we move into these major standards all about volume. So topic A is not as important, topic B, very important. Let's think about topic A for a second, these additional standards on geometry. It's only a pre-assessment day plus 4 instructional days. It moves really quickly because it's not the most important content. So don't stress too much if your students have trouble with it. It's really just helping them categorize different shapes. Use it as an opportunity to build your classroom culture while you're teaching the math content. One great way to do that is through sorts. We've included multiple sorts in our pacing guide. Sorts are really cool because they let students collaborate, work with partners, do a lot of talk, think about how would you sort these shapes and why. Lots of really great collaboration and discourse. When you get to topic B, this is the major topic, we're thinking all about volume. There are 9 days for these 3 standards, plus the post-assessment and the performance task. In terms of coherence, volume is learned for the first time in 5th grade. So this is brand new content for everyone. But it builds on the area that students explored in 3rd and 4th grade. So when you think about the formula, volume equals base times height, that base is the area of the base. You're stacking layers on top of each other. This is a topic that involves a lot of multiplication, and students are welcome to use calculators as a tool to help them multiply. But you also might want to think about how you can use this topic as a chance to develop their multiplication fluency. When you compare the Pennsylvania eligible content to the Common Core, you'll see that the Common Core is way more conceptual and rich. So I encourage you to read through those standards and really deeply understand what it is that we want our students to know about volume. It is a lot more than length times width times height. We're providing math manipulatives to help you with your teaching this year. And for Unit 1 of 5th grade, you have these 2 differently sized linking cubes that are a great tool. It's really important when we're teaching volume that we don't just show students pictures of prisms on paper. They need to actually be able to build them and touch them and count the cubes, feel what a cubic unit is. We have 2 different sizes of cubic units, which is really helpful for this standard, 5MDC4. But make sure you're providing all students with cubic units to help them throughout the whole topic. In terms of some big picture logistical notes, keep in mind that Unit 1 appears in Volume 2 of your textbook. So just think about how you'll do that logistically. We have pre- and post-assessment days built into the unit, but neither is intended to take the entire 90-minute math block, so we encourage you to plan ahead to think about how you'll best utilize those 90 minutes to support your students. When you get to Unit 2, just like last year, it's about multiplying and dividing with fractions. As a result, we know that it's really helpful if you can support students to develop their fact fluency now. Utilize Unit 1 as a chance to develop multiplication fact fluency to set students up for success in Unit 2. Finally, if students leave Unit 1 and they have some misconceptions and need to revisit volume, you can do that in Unit 5, which is all about multiplication, and Unit 6, which is about expressions and measurement conversions. I'm going to jump over to the pacing guide for the last minute to point out a couple of things. It looks just like last year, but there's this new link here to something called the alignment document. I highly recommend you explore it. It will help you think about how the different components of each lesson really build on each other. I think it will help with your planning. Another thing I want to point out is new this year, for each lesson, we added some centers, games, small group instruction for you to use during inclusive student activities. There is no way you are going to use all 4 of those activities, so they're optional. Think about what's helpful for you. A lot of the games continue for multiple days. It's all about you to meet your students' needs. Lastly, there are definitely days in this unit. Let's find one. Right here, where there's no Envision or Expressions lesson. The reason for that is volume content is important, and these books don't have enough resources. Use illustrative math to help you out.